Woo, yeah, 100 tries later. Okay, varial kickflips. No, I do change my clothes. Yes, I did 2 tutorials in one day. Reason for this is a rainy day trick for me. So if it's raining here and it's a day I'm supposed to upload, that's why you're watching this video, is because it's raining and I don't want to skip a day. So let's get right into it. Varial kickflips are kind of like a preparation trick. It's the trick a lot of people learn after kickflips and pop shove-its, but before tray flips. And varial kickflips will get you used to the motion of combining a pop shove-it or a spin trick with a flip trick, which is why a lot of people learn it before tray flips. However though, when you do learn tray flips, you're most likely gonna lose kickflips. Like, this is the first time I actually legitimately tried a kickflip in forever that was regular stance and not nollie. But, okay, let's get right into it. For a varial kickflip, you can learn kickflips. It's highly recommended. But I know people that can barely kickflip that can varial like a boss. So, it's all on how you're willing to learn. Like, a lot of people learn varials on accidents when they're trying to go for kickflips, and they keep their foot in like a pop shove-it position instead of in the middle of the tail. So they accidentally will rotate and get the flip. But, yeah. For varial kickflips, I learned these like maybe 4 years ago down at a campground, just standing still because there was nothing else to do. So I was just like this little dirt patch with a little bit of gravel, just sitting there flat ground, just going for varial kickflips, and I ended up getting them. So that's the story behind my varial kickflips. But okay, varial kickflips. Without further ado, let's get into this. I talk too much. So what I like to do is I keep my foot a little bit behind where my pop shove-it position is, but not by much. So it's all preference. If you want to keep it middle of the tail, or if you want to put it in pop shove-it position, I recommend pop shove-it position for you because it'll make the scoop a lot easier because it'll feel more natural. And the kickflip position on this, like my backside flips, they're different. Usually I keep my foot flat, or like this, kind of, not pointed. But on a varial kickflip, I keep it kind of pointed more up towards the bolts. It just helps me land them a lot better. So it's all on preference. So if you want to see where I keep it is, if this was my toe, it'd kind of be adjacent to this screw facing this concave, and I'd flick out right at the corner like usual. So a varial kickflip is combining 2 motions, so it might take you a little bit to learn them. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long if you know how to pop shove and kickflip. So like I said, pop shove position, your kickflip position, or however you feel comfortable. The trick should never feel awkward for you. Just keep that in mind. And you want to pop, like you're going to do a pop shove it. So when you're scooping, and pretty much right when you scoop, you're going to start flicking out. So like right around here is when your toe is actually going to flick out and cause the board to flip. And you should get it the pop shove with the kickflip and land it like that. It's a pretty self-explanatory trick, and it's pretty easy to learn. But it may take you a little bit to learn them flat ground rolling, because you're probably going to lean forward and the board's going to shoot out like a backside flip. But however, if you just bend straight down and you pop straight up, like I say with every one of my tutorials, I can't stress that enough. That is very important. It's a very hard habit to break if you don't start off doing it. Every trick you should never slide out on whatsoever. So keep that in mind. But key thing with varial kickflips I find is I wasn't getting them for a long time until I pointed my toe more. It just helped me get the extra flip in there that I needed. So if you're not getting the full flip, or it's not flipping right to you, try pointing your front toe a little more. That's my best suggestion. And vice versa, if you're not getting enough scoop, slide your foot more out, and that should help you get the scoop a little bit more. And pretty much, since you're doing a pop shove it with this trick, you're gonna need to jump forward a little, but it should pretty much naturally happen. So it's only like a little jump forward. Like if I start here, I'm gonna jump to about like here. And that's when the board's finally gonna land. And with every trick, you want to try and catch it bolts. But I hope I explained that enough, because I can't really think of any other way I could add on to the trick, because I don't want to go into first-person view on this trick, because it's really not that worth it if you ask me, because it's pretty much you know where your feet should be on here. The only time I'm going to do first person if it's a completely new perspective. But, so troubleshooting with this trick would be landing like this. This happens a lot. Like 180 upside down. Try pointing your front toe, like I said before. Try pointing it a little bit more. That should help you out a lot. Another problem would be landing like with the board here and that out there, but not like you didn't jump forward enough, but like the board kind of flung out there by accident. Your foot is probably too far in on the board. Try moving it back a little bit. And when I say too far in, I mean like if your toe is like here, move it away from you like that. That should help you out a lot there. And I see some people landing like this, where like their feet are like that and their feet are like this, and that's like a too much flicker or too much pop problem like you experience with kickflips. Pretty much, if you're landing like this beside the board, remember to bring your foot back in after you flick out. But if you're landing with your front foot like in front of the nose, you're flicking too far out on your kickflip and too hard. Like that's the only thing I can say to solve that problem. And if you're landing like this, then pretty much it's vice versa. You're not jumping straight off your back foot. But if you land like this, that means you're leaving your back foot out there with a shove it, which you shouldn't have.